Presented by EA Sports in association with the PGA Tour. Today it's live third round coverage of the Mountain Shootout. For those of you just tuning in, we're checking in on our featured golfer here at the first. Frank, it's a different feeling on the first tee on a weekend, third round of a championship like this than, say, in the first round, isn't it?
You know you've got the grips of the golf course. You know the holes that are birdieable out there. More importantly, too, you know how well you're playing. It's all in front of you. Sport, especially like this at the highest level. I've seen some long tee shots, but it's the advantage to tee that ball up. Get it up there quickly, get the wind behind you. It's amazing how far you can hit it.
Well, that's how you do it. Hit it close, take the pressure off that putt. That one should be no problem. Getting set now over the putt. Just a little too much juice on that birdie putt, Frank.
It was bold, very bold.
Doesn't dig into the lead with that par, but Frank, sometimes, and you know this as well as anyone, you just have to kind of maintain your footing out there. So, Frank, a par 4 to open, and we back it up with a relatively short par 3.
This green's surrounded by 6 bunkers. Green also shaped slightly towards the player's left, so just keep your eye on that depending on where the flag is. This looks like it's going to find the target.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
This will be a birdie if it drops. Don't leave it short. Wow. So they'll tap in. Pressure is on to make birdies. Pars just aren't going to get it done, Frank.
Going to have to start aiming at some more flag sticks.
So par 4 to open, then a par 3, and now Frank here at the third, a par 5 at 528 yards.
And you get to see everything very early on in the round. Dogleg left first hole, par 3 second, and now a long dogleg right, par 5. With a good tee shot, though, you can definitely reach this hole in 2.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. All right, Frank, what's the right play here on this second shot to the par 5 third?
Well, even though that hole is a dogleg to the right, the best way to bring it in actually is to use the general contours, which is right to left, and the shape of the shot in that direction as well. So it might look like a little cut, but it actually suits a little draw. Well, that's the best that was going to be on the fringe.
Not too bad. So this is the third shot to the par 5. Pretty good shot. That ball settles in about 13 feet away.
Well, you'd like to think unlucky for some, but birdie putt coming up. Even par, currently.
So one shot closer to the lead with that birdie. We have already begun. Let's pick up with the action at hole number 4. Frank, this would be a good time to get it going. Made some pars to this point, but if you want to win, you have to make birdies.
Rich, I think the thought of winning has to be removed from one's psyche right now. You've just got to worry about what's in front of you. He just looks confused. Get back to the basics of playing golf.
Well, that one didn't work out. Didn't look bad in the air, hit the green, but didn't sit.
Yeah, it was never going to stop. Under out of the rough. Expect the ball to jump forward a little bit.
Frank, not close, but from that lie, not bad.
Oh, that's excellent. Seriously, given the conditions, Rich. Now, it's that sneaky distance. Well, the fourth hole looks like it's going to claim another victim.
Frank, at this stage of the championship, you cannot afford bogeys.
That's right. Now there's an even bigger gap between where they stand and the top of the leaderboard.
Frank, what's the key here at the fifth hole? It's par 4, 424 yards.
The first real stringent tee shot of the day. 3 bunkers. First one not really in play. That third one in the distance, unless you're someone like a Bubba Watson, you should be able to aim at that and not reach it.
Frank made this hole just a little bit harder hitting it into the rough.
I would say a lot harder.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. That one is bunker bound, it looks like. How tough is this going to be now from the rough, Frank?
Oh, it's tough to say, Rich. I mean, so much is going to depend on that lie. I'm going to need a little bit of luck.
Get down! Lay down! Either misjudged the win or simply just pulled the wrong club, Frank.
Going to take some skill now.
Frank, this is where the mental game really comes into play. You've hit a second consecutive shot into the rough.
This could compound very, very quickly, so now's a chance to just take a little breath, take a breather, and try to make sure this shot certainly gets out.
Pretty good shot right there. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Hard to be perfect in this game. That's a bogey. Now at the sixth hole here at Banff Springs, it's a short par 4, only 373 yards, and the short par 4, Frank, all the rage in golf course architecture these days.
A lot more strategy involved when you've got a hole that you can nearly reach with a tee shot. It's how far back do you leave it, what sort of distance you want that second shot. All those things to compute. Straightforward, a little bit uphill. Basically, it's what you want for your second shot.
Well, not this time. That one's in the rough. Might be a tough shot coming up. That's well played. Now a good look at birdie. I don't know if that was a misread or what, Frank, but that one hurts.
Yeah, she's certainly going to have to pick up her socks after that.
Well done. Now to the long par 5 seventh hole, 602 yards, Frank. They call it hoodoo.
Yeah, it's nothing for a little muscle man. Bust one up the tee there. Well, actually it is. You're going to need 2 of your best if you want to reach this par 5 and 2. So, start with a good one.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut. Oh, that had some meat behind it.
These winds have held up all day long. Definitely playing a part in the shot making we're seeing out there today. On the green, short, but plenty of real estate between the ball and the hole. Pretty long putt right here. You'd be happy to get it to within 2-3 feet. just ideal. Good speed on that putt and just a tap in remaining. Player knows they're on the move with that birdie. Quick glance at the leaderboard. They can see, Frank, they're not out of it.
Things are very volatile right now.
Frank, you like this kind of design feature where you go from the longest hole in the course immediately to the shortest hole.
Certainly, golf giveth and golf taketh away. This is just minimally uphill, just a couple of feet, but you can see from the overview the design of the green. And that flag's on the right, it's a little bit of a longer carry, so just be a little cognizant of that. You don't have to hit it directly at the flag.
Back-to-back birdies, we'll see.
Just moving that much closer to the leader now, Rich.
Just love the variety here on the front side, Frank, coming off that short par 3 eighth. Now we go to another par 5 to round out the side, 501 yards.
And the third par 5. Interesting front 9 here. 3 par 5s, 3 par 3s, and 3 par 4s. This one, not the longest par 5, but still reachable. This one, you have to be a little bit careful though. This is probably the toughest driving hole on the front 9 with regard to par 5s.
Frank, as we get set now for this second shot to the par 5 ninth, what are the options for the player?
The biggest thing to take into account, Rich, is just that the general terrain in front, because you can always use that to your advantage. I know the green pitches from left back towards the flag.
Safely aboard. Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. That eagle, Frank, now only 2 shots back.
All of a sudden put the name back into the mix just when we thought it might be too late.
Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back. Oh, this is straight at it.
It's a really good line. Birdie try up next. Good chance here. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
And getting ready for the putt.
Another good par.
On the tee here at the 11th hole, 417-yard par 4. Is this a drive you like to hit, Frank?
It certainly is, Rich, but it's a little narrower than what your eye first sees. And the reason why, there's a tree sort of another 40, 50 yards down the right side past that bunker. So if you hog that right side, that tree can become a little bit of a problem for the second shot.
Good contact, good result. Well, she's firing on all cylinders right now, has really played mistake-free golf. It has been a pleasure to watch. Frank, what do you want to do with this second shot here at the 11th?
Just a scoring club again, Rich. This is a chance to get off to a good start on that on the homeward 9. Anytime you get sort of 8-iron down, you can virtually go straight at the flag because this green pitches back towards the player.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Mark a birdie on the card. Here at the 12th, par 4, 442 yards. Frank, what's ahead?
This one's called Big Bow. Hole's certainly a lot longer than the 10th hole, which is Little Bow. Dog legs to the player's right. A couple of bunkers down the left side. That first bunker on the left shouldn't be too much of a problem to carry. But once again, even though the hole bends to the right, you'd like to be down the opposite side of the fairway, which is the left.
All right, Frank, another chance to make something happen here at the 12th.
You could come in here a little low, try and skip it back towards the flag as it starts to narrow up to the back of the green. But anything a little underneath the flag, maybe slightly to the right of it, is going to be a better place to putt from.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. How'd you like that strike?
That was top of the tree.
Shouldn't be a problem here. Oh my goodness, Frank, that is painful.
Oh yeah, you'd rather miss the hole at times, wouldn't you?
Clean this up with a tap. Good putt. Well, Frank, here's another pretty long par 3, the 13th here at Banff Springs, 225 yards. What's the right play?
Well, unless they have that flag all the way in the back, that first 2/3 of the green is just like a nice big circle. You hit it anywhere on that, you can have a putt of some 20, 25 feet maximum for birdie.
So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot. Locked in on the read and the speed. Had it right in the heart and just didn't hit it. This from 7 feet. Don't leave it short. Wow. Suddenly, we have a tie for the lead.
And a bogey there. It's not the worst you could make on a hole like that.
Well, here we are at the 14th hole. It's a par 4, 442 yards. You like this hole, Frank?
I do, but if you were spraying it off the tee here, then there's all sorts of problems. Bunkers left, trees right. This is a fairway you must hit.
Well, that was a beautiful drive, Frank. Really good position to take advantage.
Sitting up beautifully in the fairway.
On the green, and a chance for birdie.
It's no snack, though. A lip out's fine as long as it doesn't happen to you.
For the par.
Just dwindling the holes down. Pars are fine right now.
Now to the 15th tee, and Frank, this looks like a fun shot to hit.
It won't play its full yardage because of that elevated tee, but a good one out here. We might see one.
Oh, I love this. She is winding up, just wants to tear the cover off this golf ball. Wow, I mean, she absolutely annihilated that tee ball. Frank, I know you like boxing. That was some heavyweight power right there.
Smoked it.
Nice drive, right in the fairway, and a good swing on that one. Frank, what about this second shot here at 15?
It's one of the longest par 4s on the golf course, Rich, so you don't want to get too greedy. Green does open up on that left side. You can see that bunker on the front of the green. It sort of protects that right side, so you've got to try and bring it in. One of the few shots you could actually cut it into this green. This golf course normally suits a draw, but this hole here you could do well with one that goes in the other direction.
This is a good-looking shot. That will be a great look at birdie. Settles in over the putt. That one drops. What a birdie. Frank, the 16th hole, 414 yards, par 4, is nicknamed GOAT. Would that be greatest of all time, or is it just because the possibility you could see old Billy out there here in the Canadian Rockies?
I'd like to think it's the greatest of all time. I've never seen a GOAT hit a draw, that's why, and that's what's needed off this tee once again. The first bunkie should easily be able to carry that, and, if you're the greatest of all time, this is a fairway, you'll certainly hit.
Frank, looking at this approach now to the 16th, what does the player need to be aware of?
You've got to make sure you fly the ball every inch of the way here, Rich. The ball won't kick forward because of that false front. So making sure you at least club up, not club down.
That's well played. Now a good look at birdie.
This is an awkward length. Well, we'll never know if that had gone in because it never made it.
Just a couple of feet. And drops it in. Just 2 holes left here at Banff Springs, and Frank, another par 4. This one, short, 374 yards.
It is. It's named Sarsi, which is a tribute to the Indian tribes here and the First Nations of Canada. So just think about that when you're teeing it off here on what is not an overly difficult par 4. There's always advantage of hitting it further than most, Rich, and straighter than most. When you put the two together, it's just straight up a head start.
Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Well, Frank, this sets up for an exciting finish here at Banff Springs, a 578-yard par 5.
There's just about a bunker in play for every length of tee shot here, so know exactly which one you can carry and exactly which one you cannot reach.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Outstanding tee shot.
Yeah, ball sitting up. You don't have to worry about the wind or anything there. You just take a full-blooded cut at the second shot from here.
Good strike right there, right off the center of the face and about 20 feet away. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. How does that not go in?
Amazing. Stroke looked good. Line looked good. Just did not take that final break.
Could really use this one. It's for birdie. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. There you have it. Round 3 is finished, and it was a good one, Frank.
Yeah, after 3 rounds in, you really could start to see who could take home the trophy when it's all said and done. Great play, though, up until this point.